Daeron and Tessarion explain the Blue Queen and her riders' complete story. Spoiler warning. This video contains spoilers for House of the Dragon Season 3 and discusses lore from Fire and Blood. When fans think of the most famous dragon rider pairs in House of the Dragon, names like Daemon and Caraxes, Aemon and Vhagar, or Rhaenyra and Syrax usually come to mind. But Season 3 has finally introduced another incredible partnership that book readers have been waiting years to see. Prince Daeron Targaryen and his dragon, Tessarion. Although they arrived later than many other characters, they could become one of the Green's greatest weapons during the Dance of the Dragons. So, who are Daeron and Tessarion? Why are they so important? And what makes Tessarion one of the most unique dragons in Westeros? Let's find out. Prince Daeron Targaryen is the youngest son of King Viserys I Targaryen and Queen Alicent Hightower. That makes him the younger brother of King Aegon II, Prince Aemon, and Princess Helaena. Unlike his siblings, however, Daeron spent most of his childhood far away from King's Landing. He was raised in Old Town, under the care of House Hightower, where he grew into a courteous, disciplined, and honorable young prince. Away from the constant rivalries of the royal court, Daeron developed a reputation for kindness and humility, qualities rarely associated with the brutal politics of Westeros. But despite his gentle nature, he possesses something that instantly makes him one of the most powerful people in the realm: a dragon. That dragon is Tessarion, better known as the Blue Queen. Among all the dragons seen in House of the Dragon, Tessarion stands out because of her extraordinary appearance. Her scales shimmer with a deep cobalt blue color, while flashes of bright copper and bronze gleam across her wings whenever they catch the sunlight. Unlike the ancient and gigantic Vhagar or the fearsome bloodworm Caraxes, Tessarion is younger, faster, and remarkably agile. She may not be the largest dragon in the sky, but her speed and maneuverability make her a deadly opponent. Many fans consider Tessarion one of the most beautiful dragons in the entire Targaryen dynasty. Like every dragon rider bond in House of the Dragon, the connection between Daeron and Tessarion goes far beyond simple commands. Dragons aren't pets. They aren't soldiers that blindly obey every order. Instead, they form deep, almost mystical relationships with the riders they accept. For years, Daeron and Tessarion grew together in Old Town. Away from the political chaos of King's Landing, Prince and Dragon developed trust, confidence, and experience. By the time the Dance of the Dragons begins, they fight almost as one. Season 3 finally gives viewers a glimpse of Daeron's personality. Like Aemon, who often seeks victory through fear, or Aegon, who acts impulsively. Daeron is compassionate. He hesitates before taking lives. He believes in honor. Those qualities also seem reflected in the way he works with Tessarion. Instead of dominating his dragon, Daeron appears to rely on partnership and trust. It's a refreshing contrast to some of the more aggressive dragon rider relationships we've seen throughout the series. But don't let Daeron's kindness fool you. War changes everyone. Episode 4 delivers one of the season's most heartbreaking moments when Lord Ormond Hightower forces Daeron to execute a prisoner. It's the prince's first human kill. You can see the conflict on his face. He doesn't want to do it. But Ormond insists that mercy has no place in war. After Daeron strikes the fatal blow, Tessarion is ordered to finish the execution with dragonfire. In that single moment, both rider and dragon become symbols of how the Dance of the Dragons destroys innocence. Tessarion isn't just another dragon added to the story. She gives the Greens a massive military advantage. At this stage of the war, every dragon matters. Each new dragon rider can shift the balance of power, influence battles, and determine the fate of entire armies. With Daeron and Tessarion joining Lord Ormond Hightower's campaign, the Green faction gains both aerial superiority and a disciplined prince capable of leading soldiers on the ground. That combination makes them incredibly dangerous. Another fascinating aspect of Tessarion is how different she is from dragons like Vhagar. Vavager dominates through overwhelming size and raw destruction. Caraxes relies on experience and ferocity. Sheepstealer survives through instinct and independence. Tessarion, however, represents speed, precision, and coordination. She's capable of striking quickly, supporting armies from above and adapting during battle. Sometimes, speed can be just as deadly as brute strength. Book readers know that Daeron and Tessarion still have a major role to play in the Dance of the Dragons. Without revealing future spoilers, it's safe to say their biggest moments are still ahead. As the war spreads across Westeros, this dragon rider pair will find themselves at the center of some of the conflict's most important events. That's why HBO waited until now to introduce them. Their story becomes increasingly important as the Civil War escalates. Perhaps the most tragic part of Daeron's journey is that he enters the war with ideals that many other characters have already lost. He believes in duty, he values honor, he doesn't enjoy bloodshed. But Westeros has a cruel way of testing good people. And every battle forces Daeron to make choices that become more difficult than the last. The same is true for Tessarion. No matter how magnificent she is, she remains a weapon in one of the bloodiest civil wars in Targaryen history. Together, Daeron and Tessarion symbolize something unique. They represent hope, youth, and potential, but also the heartbreaking cost of war. Whether they emerge as heroes or become victims of the Dance of the Dragons remains one of the most compelling stories still to unfold. So, what do you think? Can Daeron remain the honorable prince fans admire, or will the Dance of the Dragons change him forever? And where would you rank Tessarion among all the dragons in House of the Dragon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more House of the Dragon explainers, dragon lore, hidden details, character breakdowns, and Episode 5 theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.